She's at a place in her life where peace is a priority and negativity cannot exist. She's no longer matching energy. She's simply removing herself from any situation that doesn't vibrate her soul. So if you start moving funny, she's moving on.
What's up, my Fina love? Sisters Fina D coming to you all from Fina Team News.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment.
Guys, it's your girl, the original housewife. Yes, the one who started it all, Miss Nene Leakes. And today, I'm sitting down with none other than Carlos King. Okay, our #1 showrunner. Okay, he's worked with all of us girls. He know all of us in and out. And that's why the show was so amazing. I hope you'll tune into this interview. You don't want to miss this. Oh, and I got to make a disclaimer for all the girls. Don't take anything personal. I'm just only speaking from my heart. I love you all the same. Bye, bitches. See you soon.
A walk, bitch.
Oh, my dress is just so short up here.
Oh, yes.
Any leak? What's going on? Uh-oh.
What up, Raindrops? Today, yes, the most anticipated guest of the year. I got the queen of reality television and the #1 greatest housewife of all time. Of course, I'm talking about Lenithia Monique Johnson Leakes, once removed. Give it up for Nene Leakes.
Hi, guys.
Based on those videos at the beginning, most of you are aware at this point that Nene Leakes did an interview with Carlos King, former producer of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. But one of the hottest topic of that interview, of course, her mentioning the moment, Kenya Moore. Yes, Sheree clapped back, and I'm doing a separate video on that. But the top headline of the day from that interview is Nene Leakes mentioning Kenya Moore's name and placing the blame on Kenya and production and saying that, in summary, I'm just summarizing, okay, that when Kenya joined the show, that's when things became different because then people started creating storylines, bringing on fake boyfriends, and she went on and on and on. Now you have people saying things like, no, she was actually talking about producers and not Kenya, but she mentioned Kenya's name and she focused on the season that Kenya joined the show. It was later on when she realized her mistake and she said, oh, wait a minute, Phaedra. It started with Phaedra because she lied about her pregnancy. She was reserved on speaking on certain things, but she did not start that with Phaedra. She started with Kenya because she knew people would grab that headlines, and that's exactly what's going on. She started with Kenya because she still hates Kenya deep down inside. She can laugh, say it's not personal, pretend all she wants. She hates the ground that Kenya walks on. Because this intelligent, drop-dead, gorgeous, self-made woman who's forever a part of the history books came on the show, and now the HBIC had to share her crown in the spotlight, and she did not like that.
Are you good with candy? You know, I never know where I stand with these girls. My name carries weight. I'm the heavyweight champion of the world. So it's that time. So I'm sure you guys will be hearing a lot of stuff. And of course, they have to use my name because I'm the heavyweight champion of the world. Just call me Nene Mayweather. And you understand what I mean. You know, everybody want to come for the champ. So I'm a champ over here, so they trying to come for me.
I'm making more money. All of you are peasants. Yeah. So she will forever deflect. And the interesting thing is, Kenya always gives her props. Always suggesting that they bring her back. Lawsuit or no lawsuit, okay? Always singing her praises. regardless if they're on good terms or not, singing her praises about how impactful she was on the show. And the people that gets it. No, so Kenya is responsible for the other franchises doing it too. This all stems from production. But that was happening in most of reality TV at the time. Also, I think the problem for Nene is Kenya became the star and she couldn't handle it, sharing the spotlight. Exactly. And all Kenya wanted was equality. Just because you are Nene Leakes and you've been here before I came doesn't mean you're going to talk down to me, disrespect me, and do whatever. It doesn't mean I'm going to bow down to you either, okay? If you can give it, you can take it. And don't come for me unless I send for you. I'm not bowing down to you. We are all here to work, and we're going to work and make this money, okay? You are not about to do that. And she stood up for herself. And Nene did not like that because she wanted Kenya to bow down to her. So when Nene could not attack her on her intelligence, couldn't attack her on her looks and her beauty, she went for what she felt was easy, okay? And what she felt would distract people. How do you put such huge blame on Kenya and production when Phaedra Parks and her husband spent seasons creating a storyline while lying on Kenya? And then her husband came out and admitted to lying. Why would you even focus on Kenya when Phaedra Parks got fired for lying? Created an entire storyline to destroy another black woman. And you go and you sit in an interview and you skip all of the disgusting things, Phaedra, even your little sis Portia Williams, and your focus is Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore is the one that ruined the show, the demise of the show, and production and everything else when her season started. And the reason why I'm so stuck on this is for you to place an alleged fake boyfriend storyline above all of the other disgusting things that happened that could actually destroy people's lives. But a fake boyfriend storyline is where you drew the line. Even if allegedly Phaedra tried to flip it and say, oh, she got it from a producer, and people assumed that producer was Carlos, even though Carlos came out and said, I didn't do it, and all of that, and I left the Real Housewives of Atlanta on my own terms. No one fired me and all of that. I get that. Go through the RHOA playlist and you will see that interview with Carlos talking about all of this. I want to stay focused, so I'm not inserting that clip in here. Even if that's the reason why you decided to skip certain topics, that contradicts everything you said about being transparent and honest and speaking from the heart. You don't not say certain things because you want to protect Carlos or not bring up certain things that had his name attached to it. Mother came in as a force to be reckoned with, and here we are 11 years later and she's still doing her thing. Now, why would you name yourself that on Twitter? But after what Courtney said about Kenya falling on Sunday, exactly. I can't even defend her. No comment. Nene was definitely jealous of Kenya because she was the one everyone walked away talking about. Whether you loved her or hated her, she was the most talked about. So I definitely believe Nene was jelly for sure. I'm so glad someone said this. Nene was always jealous of Kenya. She was threatened by Kenya since Kenya's first season. And why? Because she wouldn't kiss her. Nene can't take another strong personality. I'm not alone in this, but she would never admit that, because admitting that is her admitting to her insecurities. But we all know this, and that's the reason why she had to lead with Kenya and then slip in Phaedra to make it look like, you know what, but I did mention Phaedra and I did focus on production, so I'm not really talking about Kenya. And you shouldn't have mentioned Kenya's name in the context that she did. But she really truly believed that, because when Kenya took a break that season when she was pregnant, all of Nene interviews were filled with the dark cloud is gone, it's so peaceful, we're so happy, we get along. And then the season premiere and it was nothing but arguing and yelling and screaming. Yes, they had fun moments and slow moments, but they were still going at each other without Kenya. Also, we saw how threatened Nene is and was by Kenya when she went on this crazy rant during Kenya's baby shower. You all remember that video? And then imagine every single episode, the comment section would be filled with "bring Kenya back," or "I might not be here for her, but we miss her." Of course, someone who have the "I'm the HBIC" mentality is going to be upset about that. And just because Nene Leakes said some positive things about Kenya, that, she's a Barbie doll, and that when she and Portia came, they changed the show, and, Kenya is needed on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And Carlos King said, basically when Kenya and Portia came on the show, they changed the show for the better. He even mentioned how the show was becoming predictable. Almost, he didn't say boring, but it was getting there. And he talked about how Kenya coming on brought back that spark that the show was missing. Now, even though Carlos did not produce Kenya and Portia first season, he produced the reunion, he did come back on as a producer. So you making that comment is basically saying that he was a part of the downfall, all the reason why the show went in a different direction. You know how I always talk about projecting? That's exactly what Nene Leakes was doing, and that's exactly what she does, because she really wanted us to believe that this right here was real, that this wasn't a storyline, that this wasn't a placeholder until you and Greg, may his soul rest in peace, got back together. Every single thing, the Nene, her little sis, the other one that was fired for lying, everything they have accused Kenya Moore of, that's exactly what they were exposed of, being the very thing that they claim Kenya Moore was or is. So it's just simply projecting. I'm sorry for being repetitive, but just in case I did not say this yet, just because you said some positive things about Kenya being a Barbie doll and all of these different, some nice things she had to say, doesn't mean I can't address you saying certain things that I don't agree with, or when you misspoke. Nene was definitely threatened by Kenya. She was so jealous of Kenya and Cynthia's friendship, she went manic when a producer during season 6 jokingly referred to Kenya as the star. She's threatened by Kenya's beauty. That's why, oh my gosh, not her extensions and weaves keep getting longer. Yeah, so silly. If we're being honest, Nene was the one that ruined the show. She came on season 7 with a nasty attitude. She thought she was bigger than life. Then when she came back for season 10 to 12, she was a monster, having meltdowns, spitting or attempting to spit at Kenya. It was just awful. Here's what's kind of fake about this to me. Nobody remembers Sheree doing an interview years ago saying she was forced into storylines and a persona from season 1. So it might seem like Nene is being genuine, but I think she has selective memory because of their relationship. All you have to do is go to the last 2 videos I've done on Nene on this channel. Go all the way to the end and watch my Nene Leakes contradicting herself video, and that would answer all of your questions, to see how Nene can go from stating something didn't happen and within seconds forgetting and saying, oh, it did happen. Okay, most of you have seen that video, so I'm not going to insert it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's continue. She kind of mixed it up because she later said it was actually Phaedra because she came in lying about her pregnancy. If you pay attention to the screen and read these comments, you will see that they are not on Nene's side. But if I keep reading every single comment and talking about every single social media reaction, you won't even get part 1 from me tonight. So I really do want to upload this, but these comments are not on her side. Am I saying people don't fake storylines? That's not what I'm saying. I talk about it all the time, how people are reaching and manufacturing storyline, all of that. But to sit there and place the most honest housewife on the Atlanta franchise as the ringleader of fake storylines and lies when she's been vindicated more than anyone on this show, That's the part I have a problem with, because production did not like Kenya. You all made the show dark and disgusting when most of you lied on that lady, and all she did was defend herself. Nene is entitled to her opinion, okay? And the same way I'm entitled to my opinion and give my review of that portion of the interview. Main issue here is that you had a stunning, intelligent black woman, okay, that came on the show. That made some of the ladies and the insecurities, you know, they were threatened a little bit. And insecure. That's just what it is. So it became dark because let us go ahead and lie on her. Let's break her in hopes that she will quit. They didn't like that. They were insecure. So when you have people lying, you have black women willing to uplift and support a black man that was about to physically assault this black woman, all in the name of insecurities and being threatened. And it took Candy to stand up and say, I'm on Kenya's side. This guy is off, for all of them to back down. And they got dragged on Twitter. Attempt to spit on this woman, okay? Nene have said some low down, dirty things to Kenya, and Kenya never attempted to spit on her or fight her, okay? All she's ever done is defend herself. And that's it, because no one is sitting here saying Kenya Moore is a saint, okay? Then she joined her BFF, Miserable Milo, claiming that Kenya was never really pregnant for Brooklyn. Then we also saw the moment where Kenya came back on the show, ignored Nene during that episode with Cynthia Bailey, and Nene got upset, called her a monster, asked her if she was having a buffalo, trying to provoke a pregnant woman. So just in case Kenya had a miscarriage, they can say, she didn't have a miscarriage. We knew she wasn't pregnant. Just evil. Okay? And the list goes on and on. So that insecurity and being threatened and jealous led to Nene Leakes' demise, because when Kenya Moore said Bravo was phasing Nene Leakes out, didn't she go on Twitter, basically thanking Andy Cohen, the Vandy Cohen and Bravo that she sued? She allowed her jealousy and envy of being threatened and her hate for Kenya to overshadow Kenya really looking out for her. I negotiated my contract and all of these different things just to turn around and call them racist, and everything is on the screen. You all know the story. I don't have to drag this video on any longer explaining everything, but eventually it led to Nene Leakes' demise. But I do wish Nene the best. She did bring up John, and we're going to talk about it in a separate video and my full review on the rest of the interview, because I have more to say. Thank you all so much for subscribing to my members only. It's the very first link in the description below. But I'm wishing all of you well, and take care. My loves, thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.